not a therapeutic service. What we provide is opportunity for people to come together and join a community and talk about their experiences. So definitely this is one area that I can definitely say there is a stigma. So for me, as a person who also have experienced pregnancy loss more than once, in 2018, when my daughter was born stillbirth, there was a tendency to not talk about it because that's what I grew up with, growing up as a young person and seeing someone that was very close to me going through an episode of having a mental health breakdown, and the approach was, is a spiritual matter. There's always that tag to it. It's always a spiritual matter, and the issue wasn't actually addressed. And the person eventually developed, deep depression through adulthood. So I grew up in an environment where there was a culture of silence. And I was looking into this and I was trying to think, why was there a culture of silence? Why is there a need for us to be quiet and silenced about the things that we are experiencing if we can actually get support and have access to different resources? And I was looking at the history of slavery and things that had happened in the past, in terms of people being raped, and people going through some traumatic experiences, and they were not allowed to speak about it. They were just told to be silent about it. And also the approach that, Black people don't have mental health breakdown because we're so strong and we can handle it. And all that plays into the narrative that, we don't experience these things. These things are not the norm in our society, which is totally not correct. Because where I come from in Nigeria, till today, I can tell you organizations that have gone into those communities trying to help people bring more awareness to mental health issues. You still have families locking up children in a room who have mental health issues, and they lock them up in there all day, not having access to, support that they need. And so there is an element of shame. There is an element of it is not normal. And so we don't need to allow people to see this, because when people see this, they think that, it's as a result of something that we have done. And so working with mothers and women and families that have experienced pregnancy loss, I remember speaking to a young woman who just had that experience. She was in the hospital. She had lost her daughter, born stillbirth, and she was distressed about this situation and what she was being told. And she was they were asking her questions about how she they were asking us questions about the funeral arrangements and what does she want to happen. And her mom and external family was saying no. We don't, parents, the parent do not bury their child. Therefore, we don't feel like you need to actually get yourself involved in this. Allow them to sort it out and don't attend. And she was very distressed because her choice was to go to this, but because there was a cultural stance, there was a tradition that has been, practiced over generations. She was told that's not the best option. And that's exactly what happened to me as well. And I had to make a decision for myself. So when I spoke to her, it was about, what do you want to do? Is this what you want to do? If this is what you want to do, then you choose to do that. So there are many, many factors that contribute to this stigma is historical. There's generational trauma that's been passed down from generation to generation, and not actually been addressed and dealt with. There's an element of, our religious institutions who are not willing to partner with professional organization to equip their members, equip their counselors, because what they term as counseling within the church is not, is not what counseling is. I think that there has to be a combination of different agencies and organizations working together so that we can actually start helping people